What's up, everybody? It's Dad to bring you guys another video. It's been over a month since I brought you guys a video because I've been such a busy man. I'm a person who has a life, unlike some of these social rejects on the internet. But enough of that, though. I'm here to bring you guys a ton of content now. A pretty long video discussing multiple topics, from PC gaming to Persona 5 to fighting games in general to gaming, period. That's all it is. This channel is all about gaming. Of course, we cover things that are miscellaneous. And literally, yes, I had to write down a lot of these topics because I couldn't think off the top of my head. I wanted to get all my thoughts out because, as you guys know, next month is E3. E3. And I want to talk about that too as well. So let's get right down to it. So first of all, I want to talk about the PC Master Race. I want to talk about the PC Master Race. In the last 2 months, PC has literally killed the market. Now, I told you guys before, when I owned a PlayStation 4 at first and I had sold it, it was because of the amount of games that were being pretty much released on PC. Dragon Quest Heroes, what else was there? I can't think of any game on top of my head. Sorry. That's just one game, for example. But anyway, we've seen a major influx of games migrate its way to PC that are no longer exclusive to the PlayStation 4. I mean, games like Samurai Kagura Estival Versus, you know what I'm saying? Or games like Knights of Azure. In fact, a month ago, almost a month, actually, you know what? It's actually exactly a month ago, Bayonetta by Platinum Games got released on Steam. Now, when I first launched Steam, after not opening for about 2 weeks, I was just playing for Persona. I was playing nothing but Persona 5. When I opened it, I saw the news report about Bayonetta. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Hold on. Maybe I must be half asleep. Just clean my eyes, get all the dandruff out of my eyes and whatnot, and literally state of shock. I saw Bayonetta on the front cover of the Steam news. I was like, oh my goodness, only $19.99. Immediately bought it. I think it was a percentage off Bayonetta. I could be wrong. Oh, actually, no. What happened was that I got the game off a CDK website. I think Bundle Stars was it. I got it 50% off, so I only paid $18 or $17 for it. So it was pretty dope. So I have still not to this day touched Bayonetta on Steam. It's been over a month since it's released, but I still have not touched it because I was playing nothing but Persona 5. Then, after the success of Bayonetta being released on Steam on April 11th, after being out for a week, on Steam, the game has sold 114,077 digital copies. And Sega made a statement saying that concerning the sales figures of Steam, probably don't have the official numbers. We are very well pleased by the overwhelming support of Bayonetta on Steam. And I cannot blame them. Bayonetta was one game that we always wanted for PC. I mean, we want all these games to stop being console exclusives even back then. Red Dead Redemption, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, Yakuza. I mean, cut this crap out, Sega. You need to start releasing your games on Steam. And now Vanquish, which by the way was hinted in the app folder of the base game on the Steam app folder, to be coming. And guess what? Sega predicted it. Now Vanquish is coming out May 25th of this month, 2 weeks from today. And has a digital purpose, and you pre-order, you'll get I think a DLC, you get the art book, the soundtrack, whatnot, digital stuff, all there for you for only $20 as well. But if you bought Bayonetta, you will get 25% off, and if you bought it on Bundle Stars, you get 30% off. So I'm going to get off on Bundle Stars because I trust them, I have faith in them. So this is fantastic. Sega's coming out of their comfort zone and releasing these games like they're supposed to. Now, will we ever see other published games by Sega, like maybe Bayonetta 2? I know that's being conjoined, have been supported by Nintendo. So the question is that now a Nintendo official franchise? We have seen games like Residents of Fate. You know, will that make its way to PC? Will we see Yakuza, like I just mentioned earlier? Will we see Puyo Puyo? And I don't think that would be the case because I think Ubisoft has a contract with Tetris in regards to having the only company to host a Tetris game, and Puyo Puyo Tetris is that. So if you want to get Puyo Puyo Tetris, folks, you better pick it up on the PlayStation 4. That's the only way you're going to get it. So it is what it is. Aside from that, though, this is utterly fantastic news. Just utterly fantastic news from Sega. And maybe we'll see Phantasy Star. We'll see other franchises make this way, but we've seen two simultaneous, not simultaneous, we're seeing two franchises being released separate, two separate installments published by Sega being released in the month of May. Bayonetta and then Vanquish. I want to see everything else by them. And it's both by Platinum Games. And both of them are great games. I've beaten Vanquish and Bayonetta 1 on the 360. I love both of them. Great games. But seeing both of them on Steam? Come on now. So now you really realize that people are migrating their way to PC. What's the point of owning a console anymore? You know what I'm saying? But for me, there's still this purpose of owning a console because there are permanent exclusives that you're not going to get anywhere else. And I want to talk about that in a couple of minutes. But aside from that, though, we have not only seen just these two games, Bayonetta and Vanquish, and other games like that in the nature. We see games like Dragon Quest Heroes 2, okay, made its way on PC. Nier Automata, okay, by Square Enix. That was released about a week and a half later after the PS4 version came out. And that's the definitive version. That one has 4K. You know what I'm saying? 60 frames per second, much better. Doesn't have the issues and hiccups of the PS4 version because the PS4 version is filled with lag and all types of issues. I don't know if they patched it, but I had rented Nier Automata and then returned it through Amazon after I bought it because I wanted to beat it within a certain time frame, but I couldn't do it. So I'm looking forward to picking it up. So we got that in out the way. We had Knights of Azure make its way on Steam. This is crazy. That's another PS4 exclusive out the gate. Okay, published by Koei Tecmo. You know what I'm saying? We also see the Altair franchise making its way on PC. Tales franchise. I mean, PC is killing it. And shout out to my PC gamers out there. Shout out to people like MDZ, or shout out to people like my boy Afterlife Battlefront, PC Master Race all day, all night. Man, I'm telling you, PC is killing it. And the only reason, like I said, to own a console is for the exclusives. But nevertheless, man, they're killing it. Now, speaking of PC gamers, by the way, Afterlife Battlefront, MDZ, you're out there, or any other ones like Wolflow, whatnot, there is a free Dungeons 2 CD key available for you guys on on Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle. Okay, this literally there, and I'll put the link in the description. You can click on it and download it if you don't have it already. But it's a free key. And I'm actually downloading the game right now, and I think it's a couple gigabytes. Actually, maybe it's like less than that. But nevertheless, it's a free game, and hey, it is what it is. I guess the game didn't sell that much, but it did get released not on PC, of course, but also on the PlayStation 4. I don't know about Xbox One, but I know it got sold on the PlayStation 4. I don't know how well it did, but for physical copy gamers, it's awesome because PC gamers, PC developers are marketing the way to consoles as well for releasing their games in a physical format, not just digital, but physical as well. So that's pretty dope. So we have that, but then also another genre has been absolutely killing it itself on Steam, and that is fighting games. Okay, now we have games, of course, from the last, let's say, 5 years. We've had Mortal Kombat 9, Injustice, Gods Among Us. I'm currently playing that because I finished Persona 5. I'm going to talk about that later. I'm currently playing that in preparation for Injustice 2, which will come out much later this year for Steam users. I will not be getting Injustice 2 for PS4. That's coming out May 16th. Of next week. You know what I'm saying? The Ultimate Edition looks so freaking tempting. Steelbook, you can pre-order, you know what I'm saying? You get the Steelbook, you get the comic book, and of course you get all the DLC. Okay, assuming they don't release no more DLC after this. Like I know the first 3 characters were confirmed was Starfire, Red Hood, and the other one was Sub-Zero. And thank God it's not Scorpion, because Scorpion is getting so played out, it's ridiculous. No disrespect to Scorpion, a classic character from every Mortal Kombat game. But come on, give Sub-Zero the spotlight, please. Or somebody else, it doesn't matter. And the point remains, I will be picking this up when it later drops on Steam. Now, we don't know if it's going to come 1 month later, or 3 months later, or hell, by the end, near the end of this year, like November or December. We don't know, okay? But we know that the publisher is going to release it, or, you know, is going to outsource this on Steam is going to be KLOC. Now, if you guys know that last year in 2016, Mortal Kombat 10 had finally got a official update after a bloody year of waiting on Steam. Now, I made a video in 2015 about how PC gamers are so stupid for pre-ordering Mortal Kombat 10. So stupid, so idiotic. But I eventually picked it up last year, I think around like summertime, and I started getting into it. You know what I'm saying? I got some videos actually uploaded of Mortal Kombat 10 gameplay playing online. So, but that was because of the darn update. So I'm absolutely in love with Mortal Kombat 10. And the fact that it got a massive update finally for the Steam users out there so the player base can stay high. So because of this, we're down to see the PC version, but we're going to wait for it. So the online is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? The random matchmaking, not too much, but so you're probably going to join rooms in the PC gamers, but you're not going to have problems finding players. But Injustice 2, I will be waiting for the Ultimate Edition once it drops, whatever this time of the year it is. You know what I'm saying? So on top of that, if it doesn't drop this year, then I'll just wait for the Game of the Year edition. I want to get Justice 2 because I'm now really digging into fighters now. But aside from that, Street Fighter V got an update with a new character called Ed, which looks like a prodigy of Balrog and Mike Tyson. And on top of that, it looks like additional updates will be coming, like frame data, maybe season 2 general changes besides the first patch that came out. But aside from that, though, new content is being released for Street Fighter V and whatnot, so take into consideration that. But we also are seeing big, huge, massive fighters like BlazBlue Central Fiction had just been released, I think about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I don't know how many weeks ago. BlazBlue Central Fiction finally got its way on PC after it was released on consoles back in October of 2016. So we finally had gotten it after like 7 months, but that's perfectly fine because I'm playing so many other games. But on top of that, Guilty Gear Revelator 2 is getting released as a physical copy or digital copy for PS4 and Xbox One. And if you actually already have Revelator on Xbox, I don't think it's on I don't know if it's on Xbox One. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just PS4 and PS3. Maybe it's just PS4 and PS3. I'm sorry. But anyway, if you have the digital version of Revelator, then you can buy the digital upgrade to Revelator 2, which has additional new characters for the base game, you know what I'm saying, for $19.99, and that goes for the PC gamers as well, because you know Guilty Gear Zerd was initially released back in 2015, and in 2016 we got Revelator. Okay, so yeah, it was last year. I'm trying to remember if it was last year or this year. Yeah, it was last year that Revelator came out, but we're also getting Rev 2 update on Steam, and I think it's going to be a simultaneous release. I think it's coming out in July, okay, of this year. So pretty dope. But we also getting Tekken 7 next month. I'm getting that day one, straight up. Digital Deluxe Edition, I will be picking that up, that bad boy, absolutely day one, without question. So I can't freaking wait for Tekken 7 Digital Deluxe Edition. If you pre-order, you get Eliza. If you don't know who she was from Tekken Revolution back on the PlayStation 3, which is a free-to-play Tekken game. And you have to buy her as a character. But if you pre-order in this game, you get it for free. So she's another guest character. Not from other Tekken games, but I mean not from other fighting game franchises, but specifically just Tekken. She just came only from one game called Tekken Revolution. If you want to play that, you can play it through PSN now, or get yourself a PS3 and download for free, and just buy the character. But why? What's the point? Tekken 7 is coming out, so June 2nd, that game is coming out simultaneously with the release of the Xbox One version and the PS4 version. So that's going to be dope. I can't wait to play it. It's going to be freaking awesome. I mean, seriously, man, Bandai Namco is killing it with their games, man. Xenoverse 2, come on now, they're killing it, folks. Naruto, come on now, come on, get some praise up in here. Let's clap for Bandai Namco. Real talk. And lastly, as you guys haven't heard, about a couple days ago, King of Fighters 14 has just been confirmed to come on Steam of this month on the PC. So sorry, PlayStation gamers. I'm a PlayStation gamer myself, but King of Fighters 14 is not a PlayStation exclusive. I know a lot of PlayStation fanboys like what's his face? I'm not even going to mention his name. Forget it. But seriously, King of Fighters 14, folks. It was only a matter of time. But this was real quick. It's coming out this month, and we'll have some quick announcement. We'll probably see like the stealth pre-order, confirmed for Steam available. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to buy it. I did have a blast with King of Fighters 14, but I got rid of it afterwards. Returned it. I was actually renting it to see how it was go. I was not planning on keeping it because I was convinced that they were going to release a PC version, because it didn't say only on PlayStation. It says PlayStation console exclusive. So be careful when you see that title. When you say that title, like at the top right hand corner, console exclusive. Hey, that was the case. Look, now you see King of Fighters 14 on PC. You see it on PC. So, fighting games are now the heaven on PC. There's no reason for me to buy fighting games on consoles anymore. Killer Instinct, I got on Windows 10. I haven't touched Killer Instinct, by the way, in several months, because, like I said, been so busy. But that it is. And there's, well, of course, one more fight I can't forget, and that is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite dropping September 19 of later this year, which is going to be fantastic. Simultaneous release date for all other people. And as you guys know, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 got re-released on the PS4, on the Xbox One, and first time on PC. Okay, which is absolutely freaking dope. And by the way, the PS4 and Xbox One version have a physical copy of that game if you want it, but you can only get it from GameStop. So I don't know if there's limited copies of that, but nevertheless, they got it released at GameStop if you want a physical copy of that game. So I'm just letting you know for those who probably never knew about that. But it's only a matter of time before I pick up Old Marvel's Capcom 3 myself. But it's just, there's just too many fighters for me to play. King of Fighters 14 coming out, Tekken 7, Blaze Blue Central Fiction came out a couple weeks ago, Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat XL is still going strong. It should be going for God knows how long. People are still playing MK9, Injustice, Skullgirl, Second Encore, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Come on now. The list goes on, folks. There's so many fighters, and of course, Ultra Street Fighter 4 as well. There's so many fighters on PC. Street Fighter 5, come on. I keep forgetting this one fight after another in King of Fighters 13, and the list just goes on and on and on. I mean, there's so many. And Guilty Gear Xrd. Yeah, I know. I'm always missing that one fighter. So enough of that, though. That is the case for PC. I have no reason to get a fighting game on consoles anymore. I know the population is going to dominate on consoles, but until we actually, as PC gamers, make the move to get our fighting games on PC, hey, we can prove it. You know what I'm saying? With the sales of Bayonetta and Vanquish, we can prove that we won games like Tekken, because there's never been a single Tekken game released on PC ever in history of the entire franchise. So we need to support this. We need to support this, please. So I can't freaking wait. Now, I think that's pretty much it in regards to fighting games, Vanquish. Dungeon Siege 2, free CD key, other simultaneous releases of other games that are just making the PC look so good. I want to also talk about one more topic before I get to about Persona 5. Kingdom Hearts 3, can't freaking wait. Day one buy for me. And Final Fantasy VII Remake as well have been confirmed about a month ago that they are not going to be released this year. Now that really saddens me. Now I know Kingdom Hearts 3 is not going to be released in quite a while. I actually don't expect Kingdom Hearts 3 to release in 2018. I'm keeping my hopes, my expectations very low at the moment. I'm sorry. Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm convinced is 2019 release. I'm sorry to be cynical, because I know Kingdom Hearts, the way they play out, these games take freaking forever. And the person who, by the way, who's a developer of both of these games was Nomura. Nomura. He was responsible for both FF7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. And at first, he was also started with Final Fantasy 15, but they got him off of it. So now he's doing two games at the same time. I just hope the guy that tiresome, the stress that they put on him in regards to health and directing these games is not going to affect his health, man. I mean, these are crazy. These are two massive games. But both of these games will not be released this year. I was at least expecting the episodic aspect of Final Fantasy VII Remake to be released this year, because the 20th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII, I'm sorry, is this year. I actually don't know what the month. Maybe it passed already. I was probably paying attention. But it was the 20th. It's the 20th anniversary of this year. So I was expecting, hey, look, Final Fantasy VII Remake at least. But Kingdom Hearts 3, definitely not. But that's not the case now, is it? So it is what it is, folks. Hey, I can't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I got other games to play, so I'm not concerned about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting right into the fighters. So that pretty much takes care of that, though. So hey, keep your high solo. We got Final Fantasy 15 with a crap load of DLC for those who have it on PS4. And by the way, that's gonna make its way to PC. That's still talked about, a PC version of Final Fantasy 15. On top of that, what was I going to talk about? Kingdom Hearts 2.5 to the prologue. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remake should keep you guys really busy to revisit all the Kingdom Hearts games for God knows how long. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, look, I'm close to beating Kingdom Hearts 1 on PS4, so I'm migrating this. I'm making my way throughout the entire series. You know what I'm saying? This is going to take a long time. I won't be finished with the Kingdom Hearts franchise until the end of this year. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I'll probably maybe pick up 2.8 Final Fantasy Pro by the end of this year as well. So we'll see. Aside from that, though, it is what it is. Now, I was also going to talk about. I was going to talk about Persona 5. But yeah, let's talk about Persona 5. And then we'll finish off with E3. Okay, so look, we got to talk about E3 thoughts after Persona 5. So for all the PlayStation gamers out there, shout out to what's face? Dang, I don't want to forget my people. I really don't. But after like Battlefront, people like Days Have Enough 187, Kroger Hit 64. Don't want to forget about my boy, but you know who you are, man. You're always replying to me in the comment section. Wolflow, not just you, but someone else. I forgot his name. My name is Foggy. I can't remember your name. What is wrong with me? Please forgive me. But anyway, you know exactly who you are. You basically got that picture of the guy from Darkest Dungeon. So I love you. I want to talk about Persona 5. I finally beat it. I spent the entire month worth from April 4, day 1, all the way to like May, I think 5th or 6th. I finally beat the game. Actually, I started on New Game Plus, actually. Actually, I beat the game like early May, like May 1st. But I started on New Game Plus, and I'm already on like the 4th dungeon, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Persona 5 is my game of the year. Persona 5 is my game of the year. Hands down. I said Horizon Zero Dawn will be my game of the year, but I said Persona 5. Could it top this? I had a conversation with this on PSN about over a month ago with Coco Sparks about Persona 5. And man, I'm telling you, I said, can Persona 5 top this? And he said, we'll see. Well, you know what I'm saying? With that little smiley face, I'm telling you, Persona 5, hands down, is my game of the year. There's nothing that can top this game. The true RPG at its finest. Hilarious dialogue. Great art style. Combat is absolutely enthralling. More personas. Very mysterious story. And by the way, I'm telling you, this story is way more. I would say this story to me is less darker compared to Persona 4. It's less darker, less darker. And I also found Persona 5, and I know this may sound crazy. I found Persona 5 to be much more easier in terms of difficulty, more so than Persona 4. I'm just letting you know that. I beat the game on hard mode. Sorry. And I'm now currently playing on Merciless, and it's like nothing. And speaking of which, while I play on Merciless, if you want to play that difficulty, you got to download the free DLC for Persona 5 on PSN. In fact, the 4 first DLCs are free, but as you guys know, every Tuesday, Atlas has released more DLC for Persona. In fact, this Tuesday we got more DLC for Persona 5. But with regards to Persona 5, we've had BGM and costume sets that's expanded from all the Persona games, Persona 1, 2, 3, and 4. As if you wear this costume in-game, you will not only play the main battle theme of that game, you know what I'm saying, that a costume that was affiliated with that game, but you also will have the costume itself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's it. There's the costume and the BGM. You also have personas from the previous Persona games. So Thanatos from Persona 3 or Izanagi from Persona 4 and etc. All the other Persona games from Persona 1, 2, and etc. Okay? You can buy those Persona games. There's also free DLC. Like I said, not only to the difficulty like Merciless, but DLC as in we're starting off with more potions, DLC, a free swimsuit DLC. There's another free costume DLC. There's also free DLC for starting off with skill cards. You know, you guys know the skill cards they use in order to actually add to your personas to actually learn that ability. Persona 5 was absolutely fantastic in regards to that regard. You know what I'm saying? Free DLC for everybody. But there are, like I said, again, Persona 5 has its cons, and I'm not doing a review of Persona 5. Actually, I don't think I'll be doing a review for Persona 5 because I think it's self-explanatory. But the game will have flaws, but I will explain that in a minute. But Persona 5, again, the story to me is more, it's not as dark for me in comparison so much to Persona 4. Persona 4 is much darker in regards to story, like very mysterious and very more sadistic. You know what I'm saying? And then to some extent, I like Persona 4 and more so than Persona 5 in some aspects. You know, in that regard. I thought, in terms of the story, in comparison to Persona 4 and Persona 5, I like Persona 4's story more. I really like the aspect of the Phantom Thieves and going, you know what I'm saying, and basically you go into, I really don't want to spoil it for you guys. I really don't, if you haven't played Persona 5. So actually, I don't want to do that. But the story of Persona 5 to me It really is a superhero story. You know what I'm saying? It really is it's like a basically a superhero story. That's all I can say. Um, I also want to say, in regards to the soundtrack, is mind-boggling, mind-blowing, fantastic, better than Persona 4 in every conceivable way. The game has a theme based on jazz music, so if you love jazz, you know what I'm saying. This game is set on that aspect. Also, maxing out confidence in this game is much more easier compared to Persona 4. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the case with Persona 5. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of aspects that make Persona 5 amazing, and the game is long as hell. My playthrough for the first time of this game, I think it was 165 hours. First playthrough, first time, 165 hours. So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how long this game was. And it took many years, but there's some aspects that I still didn't like about the game. So I think we can talk about those now. But everything about Persona 5, including even the poster boy of Persona 5, Morgana, which we can't spoil, by the way, basically replacing Teddy. I really like more so than Teddy. You know, so I found Teddy from Persona 4 to be rather of a nuisance and annoying. You know what I'm saying? Really stupid. You know what I'm saying? But Persona 5 mascot Morgana is to me much better as a character. Hilarious. And the game is just freaking fantastic altogether. So I loved it. And by the way, I just want to say that that Persona 5 to me led more in terms of the ending, led more into a more of an emotional breakdown. You know, not me as in crying as a grown man, but it was much more sadder than Persona 4, because in Persona 4, if you guys didn't know, spoiler alert, I'll give you a chance. As you finish the game, you return back to the city after the ending. So you go back to the main city. So it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Based if you plan on getting the true ending, so it's pretty dope. Sorry if I scratch my ear. It's just it itches. But other than that, Persona 5 was fantastic. But to me, the difficulty was. We'll talk about let's talk about the cons right now. Sorry, this is an informal review. I'm just speaking off the top of my head because you guys, I make the videos real raw and uncut. So let's get right down to it. So my con about Persona 5 was the fact that the game was, like I said, too easy. It was too easy. You know what I'm saying? The game difficulty wise was much more difficult. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm contradicting myself. I'm trying to explain my thoughts when comparing Persona 4 to Persona 5. My mind is degrading a little bit because I've been talking for quite some time. But Persona 5, in terms of challenge, is not as challenging as Persona 4. It really isn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it really isn't. So that's the case. In regards to Persona 5 challenge aspect, much easier. So it seems like, you know, this game was a little more casualized, as it was trying to really build up a ginormous audience as this being a niche title. I mean, it seems like Persona 5 may be leaning towards this aspect of AAA, but it really was advertised to be some massive game, and it, of course, was successful. As you guys know, this game has shipped 1.5 million copies, but I don't know the sales of the game now because, hey, I'm in my own business. But Persona 5, you know, done well, and it's the first game to sell. It's the first Persona game to sell even higher than 1 million copies. Even Persona 4 back on the PS2 didn't sell 1 million copies, but the golden version on the Vita did sell 1 million copies. First Persona game to sell 1 million copies. The remastered version of Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, which was released in 2012. But Persona 5 sold even more than Persona 4 Golden, which is great news. That's what we want. We want more sales. So Persona 6, don't expect to see that to the PlayStation 5. But of course, there was a survey out that talked about that. Hey, they wanted to release Persona 1 and 2 and 3 as remakes on the PlayStation 4. Please go at it. Please go at it. Please. Persona 2 definitely needs a remake, but all of them need a remake. 1, 2, and 3. So aside from that, though, back on track to what we're talking about here. Difficulty-wise, Persona 5 is not as challenging as Persona 4. That's the number one regard. Number two, the amount of time spent to build up your relationships with your confidence, even though it may be easier to max out your confidence in Persona 5 more so than Persona 4, in proportion is more distasteful. And the reason why I say that is because more time is wasted. In fact, when you go out from a dungeon, You know, after you complete a dungeon, you have to go straight to bed. Now that's the same situation with Persona 4 and Persona 3 in general. If your team were tired or your team was done out of the dungeon, like in Persona 3 was Tartarus, and Persona 4 it was at the Midnight Channel. After you were done with the dungeon, or you were doing work for that dungeon period, and you could just go in and just come right back, you had to go straight to bed. There was nothing else you could do. Okay. Now in Persona 4, there is a confidant that allows you to actually get out of that time frame. You know what I'm saying? After completing a dungeon, so you can go out at night and do what you want to do at night. You know what I'm saying? So you can max your confidence as much as possible, which is why it's mandatory that for those who are playing Persona 5, you need to max out this confident as quick as possible. And I'm going to not say the character's name. I'm going to say the class, and that is the Temperance class, the Temperance confident. Max that confident as quick as possible, and you can reap the benefits throughout the rest of the game to max out the confidence. I would really make it highest priority as possible to do that. You can possibly do it on the first try. If you can, especially if you follow a guide strictly. Aside from that, though, of course, that takes away from the fun. But aside from that, though, that's one big issue. Too much time was wasted in Persona 5. In fact, some days you would not even do anything except just like hang out with your friends, and then when you go home, still got to go straight to bed. You weren't able to study, you weren't able to read, you weren't able to watch a movie, you weren't able to do anything. You were able to go, try max out another confident with someone else during the night. You had to go straight to bed after hanging out with your friends, which was automatic through the story. So a lot of time is wasted in this game more so than Persona 4 in proportion to maxing on confidence. Maxing on confidence to some degree is more difficult. I contradicted myself again. Is more difficult in Persona 4 than Persona 5, but you have way more time, which doesn't make it too difficult compared to Persona 5. Persona 5 wastes more time, so it's basically, hey, look, it is what it is. Persona 5, more difficult, but more time. And Persona 4, less time, but much easier. Is what it is. You know what I'm saying? To some degree. How you want to play it out. I also found out that this game, you can easily create the strongest persona. I have created the strongest persona, and I'm going to spoil it for you. And you guys should already know this persona. I think it's been around, I don't know what persona game, but one of the most strongest personas in Persona franchise was a persona called Yoshitsune. And Yoshitsune was a persona that had two abilities, one called Charge and one called Hasutobi. Now the Hasutobi basically uses 7 light, sorry, that was my carbon monoxide alarm. I got scared for a little bit. Oh shoot. But it uses the ability to basically take out 7 sets of damage, that's light. And if you charge up the difficulty, you double that damage. So I was able to create this persona and make it practically infinite with the best resistances possible before I fought the final boss, and it became literally a cakewalk. If you take this persona and even without this persona, the final boss is a joke, which by the way is another kind. But if you take this persona and you max out, you try to create an ultimate persona by fusing other personas with their resistances to create with this one. This persona is nearly invincible. And in Persona 5, by the way, there's more resistances in Persona 5 than in Persona 4. There's 2 more resistances. One called Psych and one called Nuclear. Okay, but all the other ones are returned. But in Persona 5, I managed to create a Yoshitsune that had it came off again. That had a nullification for physical, resistance to fire, and nullification or repelling ability to all the other resistances: sight, darkness, light, wind, electricity, nuclear, everything. The only thing that it was weak to was gun, because not many enemies use gun. You know what I'm saying, in the game. But nevertheless, this persona is nearly invincible. So Persona 5, because I was able to exploit this, and then through a guide as well, this game became such a cakewalk. It's not even funny. I went through a dungeon just literally by myself, without my teammates, and I just literally killed them. The final boss all by myself. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. You know what I'm saying? This game literally just breaks it. By creating this persona. Of course, I doubt they're going to patch this game. It's probably a long patch in because there's no reason to, because the game is a complete game. But Persona 5 just literally, man, you're able to create a persona that pretty much breaks the game. And it's crazy. Other than that, though, Persona 5 is absolutely freaking phenomenal. There's some aspects I love more about Persona 4, more so than Persona 5, but nevertheless, Persona 5 is my game of the year, 2017. And I don't have a label to say it, but all I got is this. That's right. That's what I got. That's all I got for Persona 5. So, another great game from Atlas. Keep it up. Now, I'm looking forward to Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the Nintendo Switch. Looking forward to it. Now, let's talk about E3. I told you guys to be a long video because I didn't make any videos for you guys for a long time. E3, let's talk about E3. Now, I'm just going to go straight through this right now because I won't make this video too long. But let's talk about E3. I want to talk about everyone else's conference. Now, as you guys know, Nintendo won't have a conference at E3 again, as usual. Now, I guess Nintendo finds it to be a financial disaster. There's nothing really beneficial to doing E3 anymore. But it is what it is, Nintendo. You keep doing what you want to do. Nintendo, again, like I said, to me is relevant. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm going to get Shin Megami Tensei 5, but I think I may not even give it day one. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Nintendo will host not an event. I don't know if it's going to be a Treehouse event, but Nintendo will have a booth there. So it is what it is. Joe, check it out for yourself. News just came out today about it. So, hey, go do your own research. I'm not concerned about Nintendo in that aspect. PC Gaming Conference will be there again. Last year, it was. I don't think it was. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was right. It's been so long, but it wasn't. And I plan, by the way, to watch the conference with my boy, One Stop for Gamers and Bear Hugger 29. So for all you guys out there, hey, stay tuned for that E3. Hey, stay tuned for that E3, live conference. I will be watching with those guys. So in that regard, PC being there, that's pretty dope. I'm just curious if anybody of importance is going to be there. Gabe Newell, Half-Life 3, Portal 3, Team Fortress 3, Left 4 Dead 3, 3. Will we ever get it? God knows how long. Maybe never. But nevertheless, the PC conference will be there, and a new event called, I think, the Coliseum, which I don't know what it is. You have to do research for yourself. I will have to do research, but something called the Coliseum will be there as well. That's pretty dope. Now we got that out of the way. Microsoft is going to confirm the Xbox Scorpio. I don't care about Microsoft. I'm telling you right now, folks, I don't care about Microsoft. I don't care. Microsoft is irrelevant to me. They've been completely out of my league. I don't care about Microsoft. Don't care. Don't care. I don't know how I can emphasize that any longer. I don't care about the Xbox Scorpio. I'm all about PC gaming master race all day. Sorry. All their games that they're going to release on the Xbox Scorpio, they're going to release on Windows 10. So I don't care. Crackdown 3, looking forward to it on Windows 10. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't forget that. I can't also play Scalebound. Huh? Oh man, a game I was so looking forward to. It is what it is. So Microsoft, simply put, I don't care. That's it. I don't care about Nintendo. Don't care about Microsoft. And PC, I am concerned about. Now to finish it off, Sony. Now, of course, I know that other people are going to be there, like EA and Ubisoft, and I don't know if who's the other developer? Bethesda's going to be there. I don't know if they're going to be there, but it is what it is. But let's talk about Sony, though. Sony's got so many games we're going to talk about. Let's go. Now, let's talk about predictions. Number one, we will be seeing some Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay. Actually, that may be a Square Enix conference if there is one. So I don't know, but I will be. Sorry. We'll probably be seeing that Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay either at their conference or Square Enix. Number two, Final Fantasy VII Remake. We gotta see more gameplay. We have to. Even if it's just another trailer, we have to see something in regards to Final Fantasy VII Remake about it. Okay. Number three, we may see some more VR stuff. We may see about it. I don't know. Number four, I'm going right through this, folks. Number four, we're not gonna hear anything about no PlayStation 5. You guys heard about rumors about these so-called media reporting PlayStation 5 2018. Hell no. Hell no. I don't want to see no Persona. Persona. Man, so on my mind right now. I don't want to see no PlayStation 5 at no 2018. And the PlayStation 5 comes out 2018, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to buy that bad boy until 2020. It's ridiculous to think about PlayStation 5 right now. Don't care. So we got PS4 Pro right now, right? So aside from that, though, by the way, they need to start making some of these games, by the way, that are 30 frames per second on the PS4 and PS4 Slim to 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 5. I mean, PlayStation 4 Pro, like Uncharted 4 or Bloodborne. Could you combine? Would you jackasses please like do that, please? Anyway, so I expect to see that. To was that number 5? I expect to see The Last of Us Part 2. I expect to see another trailer or some gameplay. That's all I care about. Now we know that's not coming. We know The Last of Us Part 2 is not coming out this year. We know that. Now, it could be. We don't know. Hell, it could be 2000. I mean, I'm assuming 2018, but you never know because these developers are working ridiculously hard, man. But 2018. Maybe it could be far-fetched. I would say 2019, but like I said, I'm a cynical type. That's how it is, man. I mean, we just seen the trailer of last year, 2016, for PlayStation Experience, so I doubt it. But nevertheless, hey, Uncharted 4 came out last year, so you mean tell me The Last of Us Part 2 just immediately got started? We're probably not looking at 2018, folks. Maybe 2019. I don't know. Like I said again, for the third, fourth, fifth time, I'm a cynical person. So The Last of Us Part 2, looking forward to it. I love The Last of Us. Loved it. And God, by the way, beating The Last of Us on Grounded mode, oh my gosh, absolutely painful. I will be getting on that bad boy again, but I won't be probably playing on Grounded mode. I beat on Grounded mode first time, but I don't think I want to go through all that trouble playing it again, because that game was hard as hell. I think I just want to just play survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even horror mode. But forget playing this on Grounded, man. It was just too much torture. I died like 100 times, especially during the winter session. Anyway, continue on. I expect to see a release date for God of War. I expect to see a release date for God of War. Okay? I'm not concerned whether it comes out this year or next year, but I expect to see a release date for God of War. I expect it. It's time. It's time to get a release date out. It's about time. Please. Okay? That's the case. In regards to Uncharted 4, The Lost Legacy, I expect to see some massive gameplay at E3 this year for the game. I expect to see gameplay because, as you guys know, the game is dropping August 22nd of 2016. The game will have a physical copy or digital, your choice, but it will be $40. I won't be getting it day one as I love Uncharted, but I will be getting it day one. And we're going to be playing as Chloe as she was in Uncharted 2, Honor Among Thieves, and as well as Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. But however, she left early in the game. She was like only for the first portion, and she bailed out. But to see Chloe back in action, this is dope. I hope we see other characters like Charlie and other characters throughout the franchise, make their appearance. Because even Charlie was mentioned in Uncharted 4, as you guys remember. But I hope we see more characters in that regards. So I can't freaking wait for that. What else? I think. I don't know what else that comes to my mind in regards to PlayStation. Wow. Nothing else comes to my mind. Maybe more updates for Uncharted 4, multiplayer, or whatnot, DLC. I don't know. Nothing else blows my expectations in regards to Sony. The Last Guardian's out. Spider-Man by what is it? By Insomniac Games will be coming out this year, but I probably won't be supporting Insomniac Games because of their political stance on regards to politics, regards to saying that Donald Trump wanted to pass not a so-called Muslim ban, but a so-called ban on terrorist affiliated countries. You know what I'm saying? So because they want to play that political stance instead of actually making games, I may not support this game day one. We'll see. But I did support Ratchet & Clank, and I still have not barely played it. I'm just a busy man. What else is there? Maybe a new... Oh, I know this. We should see a release date for Dreams. It's about time we see a release date for Dreams. No more playing games. We need to see a release for Dreams. Okay? We need to see it. We need to see a release date for Dreams. It's about time. It's about time. We also... that's by Media Molecule, by the way. They're the ones who made Little Big Planet, just to remind you. I also expect to see a release date for what's the other game? Or not a release date, but another game confirmed by the developers of Infamous Second Son or Sly Cooper, and I can't forget it. I think it was Sazuru, and for Infamous, I can't remember who they are, but the developers, we should be seeing a new game from them. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is, and also I would expect to see probably some. Maybe additional content in regards to Horizon Zero Dawn. Maybe we'll see some DLC. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not too fond of this year's E3 because I've been so overwhelmed by PC gaming and the games available on PlayStation. So E3, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna pay my eyes too much. Also, we'll probably be seeing some more additional gameplay of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which is dropping June 30th, which is after E3, 2 weeks after E3. I forgot what time E3 is, but hey, we'll see what goes on. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to E3 as anyone else. And not to like a heavy regard like last year, but we'll see how things play out. I'm keeping my expectations low, so it is what it is. But hey, I'm looking forward. If Square Enix is going to be there, cool. Ubisoft, cool. I'm not. I did not support Ghost Recon Wildlands. By the way, that game is boring as hell. That's not Ghost Recon to me. I've not played a decent Ghost Recon game since Advanced Warfighter 2, so it's been pathetic by Ubisoft. You know, so the last game that Ubisoft has released was Splinter Cell Blacklist, and before that was Rayman Legends. But other than that, the last 4 years, Ubisoft is a joke. Period. I'm sorry. But other than that, though, I think that's pretty much it in regards to gaming in general. So, folks, I'm sorry that I didn't make any videos, but this was a really long video. It's going to take forever to upload this video. I don't care. But nevertheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Dathib, and I'm currently playing Justice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition on Steam. If you want a private match with me, holla at your boy by sending me a Steam, an invite or a friend request on Steam as of Dathib, D-A-T-H-I-P. So hit me up, period. And hit me up on PSN at Dathib, D-A-T-H-I-P 123. So you guys have a great day. God bless. And hey, it is what it is. Peace.